The sky above Earth changed on a quiet morning. Huge shadows appeared beyond the clouds as thousands of alien ships filled the orbit of the planet. Their metal hulls reflected sunlight like a dark ring around the world. Every telescope, radar system, and satellite confirmed the same terrifying truth. Humanity was not alone anymore, and the visitors had arrived with a massive armada. Cities around the world fell into fear. Governments declared emergency meetings. Military forces prepared weapons that had never been used before. Fighter jets waited on runways while defense systems tracked the alien fleet. Yet the alien ships did not fire. They simply waited. 3 hours later, a signal reached Earth. The message was translated quickly by international scientists. It contained only one instruction: send a representative to speak with the commanders of the Armada. The world had no choice. After hours of discussion, the leaders of Earth selected one man to go. His name was Daniel Hart. He was not a soldier or a scientist. He was an ambassador who had spent decades solving conflicts between nations on Earth. Daniel was calm, patient, and strangely optimistic, even during the worst political storms. Many people questioned the decision. How could a simple diplomat face an alien empire with thousands of warships? But Daniel himself did not argue. When he received the call, he simply nodded. "If someone must speak for humanity," he said quietly, "then I will go." A small shuttle carried him upward through the atmosphere. Cameras from Earth watched the craft climb toward the waiting alien fleet. The closest ship was larger than any structure humanity had ever built in space. Its dark surface stretched for kilometers. The shuttle docked slowly inside. The alien vessel, the air was cool and strangely silent. The walls glowed with soft blue light. Daniel was escorted by tall alien guards whose armor looked like living metal. They said nothing. Finally, he reached a large chamber. At its center stood the commander of the Armada. The alien leader was massive. His eyes shined like glass, and his voice echoed through the hall when he spoke. "Human representative," the translator device announced. "Your species has expanded too quickly. Your technology grows without guidance. Our council has decided that humanity is a future threat." Daniel listened carefully. The alien commander continued. "Therefore, Earth will surrender its planetary control systems and accept supervision from our empire. If you refuse," the commander added, "our fleet will remove the threat permanently." The chamber grew silent. Thousands of alien soldiers watched the small humans standing alone before their leader. Back on Earth, billions of people waited for the response. Daniel Hart did not rush his answer. Instead, he slowly looked around the enormous hall. Then he smiled. It was not a nervous smile. It was calm, relaxed, almost friendly. The alien commander tilted his head slightly. "Why do you show amusement during extinction negotiations, human?" Daniel folded his hands behind his back. "Because," he replied, "you have misunderstood something very important about my species." The translator carried his words through the chamber. The alien commander remained still. "Explain." Daniel stepped forward one pace. "You arrive with a powerful fleet and believe that power alone will decide the future. That is a common mistake in the history of intelligent civilizations." The alien soldiers shifted slightly. Daniel continued. "Speaking, humans have fought each other for thousands of years. We built weapons, armies, and walls. Many believed that strength alone would control the world, but something strange kept happening." The alien commander watched him closely. Daniel continued. "Every time someone tried to rule humanity through fear alone, it failed eventually. Not always quickly, but always eventually." The commander crossed his arms. "Your history of war proves only that. Your species is dangerous." Daniel nodded. "Exactly. That is the point." The alien soldier seemed confused. Daniel spoke calmly. "Humans are dangerous when threatened. Not because we are the strongest species in the universe, but because we are extremely stubborn. When pushed to extinction, we become creative in ways that surprise everyone." He paused for a moment. "Even ourselves." The alien commander remained silent. Daniel continued. "You arrived with a fleet powerful enough to destroy Earth. That is true. But if you do that, you will create something far worse for your empire. The commander narrowed his glowing eyes. Explain. This logic, Daniel smiled again. History shows that when humans face impossible enemies, we stop fighting each other. Rival nations cooperate. Scientists invent things faster. Ordinary people become heroes. The translator echoed every word. Daniel gestured gently toward the massive windows of the chamber where Earth floated in the distance. Right now, my planet is frightened, divided, confused. But if your fleet attacks, every human will unite instantly. He paused again. And united humans are extremely difficult to predict, the alien commander said. Nothing, Daniel continued. Perhaps you destroy our world. Perhaps your fleet wins quickly. But if even a few humans survive somewhere in space, they will spend generations studying your empire, learning your weaknesses, waiting. The chamber became completely silent. Daniel spoke one final time. And humans are very patient when we believe survival depends on it. The alien commander studied the small ambassador carefully. You claim your species would pursue revenge across centuries? Daniel shook his head. Slightly, not revenge, survival. The commander leaned closer. And you believe this threat will frighten an empire that has conquered hundreds of civilizations. Daniel smiled again. No, I believe something else will interest you more. The alien leader waited. Daniel spread his hands slightly. You see, humans are not only good at war, we are also good at cooperation once we realize it is necessary. The commander looked curious. Continue. Daniel pointed gently toward the Armada, visible outside. Your empire has spent centuries conquering and controlling other species. That requires enormous resources and constant military power. The alien commander remained silent. Daniel continued. But imagine another possibility. Instead of ruling humanity through force, you could gain something much more valuable. The commander tilted his head again. Explain. Daniel smiled wider. Partnership. The alien soldiers murmured. Okay, quietly. Daniel continued calmly. Humans adapt quickly, invent new tools, new ideas, new technology constantly. Your empire clearly values strength, but creativity is another form of strength. He paused. Give humanity a reason to work with you instead of against you. The alien commander watched him carefully. And what reason would motivate your species? Daniel answered. Simply hope? The alien soldier seemed confused by the word. Daniel explained. Humans cooperate best when we believe the future will be better for everyone involved. Threats produce resistance. Opportunity produces loyalty. The commander remained silent for a long moment. Finally, he spoke. You suggest our empire should trust a young civilization that has barely reached its own moon. Daniel nodded. Yes, because young civilizations take risks older empires no longer imagine. Another silence filled the chamber. Then the alien commander looked toward Earth. The blue planet rotated slowly beneath the fleet. Finally, the commander spoke. Again, human ambassador Daniel waited. Calmly, you entered this vessel alone while facing the possible destruction of your species. Daniel nodded. Yes. The commander studied his expression. Yet you speak without fear. Daniel shrugged gently. Fear is natural. Panic rarely solves. Diplomatic problems. For the first time, something unusual happened. The alien commander made a quiet sound that the translator struggled to interpret. It was laughter. A deep rumbling sound echoed through the chamber. Interesting species, the commander said. He turned to his officers. Cancel the attack. Preparations. Shock moved through the alien soldiers. The commander looked back at Daniel. Your argument contains risk for our empire. Daniel nodded. True, the commander continued. But eliminating a potentially valuable ally would also be a risk. The alien leader extended a large hand toward the human. Ambassador, therefore we will test your proposal. Daniel looked at the enormous hand and then shook it. Carefully, the alien commander spoke again. Humanity will be given the opportunity to cooperate with our empire. The chamber doors opened slowly. The fleet outside began shifting positions. Daniel smiled once more. Back on Earth, millions of screens. showed the alien ships moving away from attack formations. The crisis that had nearly destroyed humanity was ending. Days later, Daniel Hart returned home, when reporters asked him how he convinced a conquering empire to stand down. He gave a simple answer: "I reminded them of something many powerful civilizations forget." The reporters leaned closer. Daniel smiled the same calm smile that had puzzled the alien commander. "The most dangerous species in the universe is not the strongest. He paused. "It is the one that refuses to give up on its future." And humanity had never been very good at giving up.